Let's talk with Eve from North Hollywood, California. KKLA is the station. Hello, Eve. How are you?
Well, a little bit better than yesterday, but not quite as good as tomorrow.
Okay.
You don't sound like an Eve. Okay.
Well, it's how you spell it. It's Y-V-E-S.
Oh,
Y-V-E-S.
okay.
Okay, got that. All right, how can we help?
That's French.
Oh, got you. Thanks.
Approximately, I guess, 3 to 4 weeks ago, I was involved in a heated discussion at, I guess what I would term my new church. I'd been going there about a year and a half, volunteering for everything, hey, we need volunteers for this, for that, and
Yeah.
I would just go do it, right? And I volunteered to be part of a conglomeration of adults that look after a children's church upstairs in an alternate building adjacent to the sanctuary. Anyway, that being said, there was a parent that had violated some of the security rules, and I called him on it, and I thought that it was just a passing thing, but about 45 minutes later, he's out in the courtyard of the church, and he's just carrying on, agitated and all that. I walked up to him and extended my hand, hey, how are you? And then he began to accuse me of having accosted him and grabbed him and all that, when all I really did was tap him on his elbow. Maybe I should say I'm a I guess what you call a Caucasian man, and he is a black man.
All right, how can we help you then? What do you think we could do for you today?
All right. Well, anyway, the head of security, who is an off-duty police officer, who is also a black man, as I'm discussing, what had happened and this and that with the gentleman, comes right up into my grill, like within inches from my face, and indicates to me in a very authoritarian manner, walk away, and I said, excuse me, and he said, walk away. And I said, that seems a bit, authoritarian and so forth, and I thought about it for a few seconds, and then I walked away.
Okay, so how can we help you?
He then went to the pastor. He then went to one of the senior associate pastor and had me dismissed from, quote unquote, any ministry involvement at the church.
Okay. All right. So ask a question about that. I think we get the picture.
Right. Thank you. I didn't want this to go long because there's so many people that
well, yeah, that's why I'm just saying, ask us. I think we get it. What's the question then?
Should I approach the pastor initially, or should I go to this off-duty policeman first, or should I do them, or should I ask that I meet with them both together?
Well,
biblically speaking,
if it was me, it'd be great to just take the policeman off to the side and say, I want to tell you how I felt about that. Here's how I saw it. Here was my side of that thing. And it's really hurt me that this has been the result. Then you might go to your pastor, but there may be no way to fix this. And if you want to serve, you may have to find another church to serve in.
Well, is the pastor the head of all volunteers, or is there someone else?
No, I'm not certain about the hierarchy or pecking order in the church. I don't know, I'm one of those Christians that believe that all of us are part of the body and that Christ is the head of the church. I believe he is second to the teaching pastor of this church.
Okay.
I did call him. I left him a message. I said, I'd like to speak to you about what occurred yesterday. I called him the following Monday. No response. I then went and cooked for them. I'm French. Mom taught me how to cook. And bought it, them lunch on Tuesday. And then I've also done that once more. I'm going to try to puff myself up here, but I did that once more and then was told that, we're not accepting food anymore.
Okay.
And I've been doing this for a year and a half. And I'm hurt by it. I am. I'm really,
definitely,
really hurt.
Yeah.
I would be hurt, too. I would definitely be hurt, and I think it's just one of those unfortunate things that happen.
But I wouldn't go to the security man first, Steve. I would go to whoever removed you from volunteering.
Right,
that's who I would go to.
Who removed you?
same Sunday afternoon, I'd forgotten a book that I had left that had been read by another member, pastor, one of the Reformationists, such a word exists. And he'd given it to me, but I'd forgotten it on one of the welcome counters. So I returned, and then out comes, the security guy, and he goes, well, here's the bad news. You're not allowed to serve in any ministry here at the church anymore, with a kind of a smirk on his face.
I'd still go to the pastor, and I would keep after the pastor that's in charge of that, and say, I've been loving this place for a year and a half, and I'm not sure what happened on Sunday. You got to tell me what's going on.
And then you may have to follow the advice of Scripture. Sometimes we have to shake the dust off of our sandals and move on. Yeah,
because there's something going on that's beyond your understanding and your ability to deal with. That may be what's happening. And, there's a power structure always within in any organization. And somehow you're not in that structure if that's the case, if they don't listen to you. So I would make sure that I got a chance to talk to the pastor.
And
I would keep after him.
Make an appointment.
Right.
Yeah, and I would keep after him. I wouldn't do it on the phone. I would be there in person.
Okay, hope that's helpful to you. I'm going to send you Regret-Free Living, and I hope that will help you in the future. These things are unfortunate, but they do happen. It's reality because you've got people involved in church, real life people.